Nice. Alrighty. DragonToken, finally. I hope you had a good week. Mine started a bit bumpy, but no, it's fine. Yeah, I do have some loose ideas for the dragon. I sketched this morning at the cafe. I sketched a few, and this is what I came up with. At the beginning, I thought I wanted to do a snake token, so the snaky idea still is somehow around, and so I thought about a more, thin and snaky shape here, like this. I also like the weird wings sitting here. Could be a fun thing to play around, especially if we have this shape here for the token. We obviously cannot do any wide wingspans or something like this, because obviously we will not see this. So it needs somehow to be something with the legs and the wings being somehow close to the body. So this is one idea which I like a lot. I haven't really decided what direction I wanted to go, but this in the bottom here, the blue one, is also something I would really like to do, since it's more like an over shoulder, which is probably something a bit more challenging because of the muscles and readability of the dragon. But if it's sitting there and the wings going out like this, could be also really cool. And then we have a stylized fire going out of the mouth, something like this maybe. These are the main ideas, and then I have a bit small here, but more classical approach. Basically, something like this. Maybe sitting on a rock, maybe. Or maybe flying and having some fire. I guess it's a good idea to show the wings, because it needs to be visible that this is a flying creature. Would make sense for the token, I guess. Yeah, so these are the main ideas I have. Let's number them, and maybe you can tell me which one you like the most. We can discuss a bit which one we want to spend the evening with. Over shoulder could be cool if you wrap the rest of the body to the right. Yeah, maybe. We can play around with the composition here in the bottom. Yeah, sure. I actually have one image in my mind from an old dragon painting I did a few years ago. Let's see. Can pull it from ArtStation real quick. So where do we have it? Dip dip dip. Show yourself. There we go. I don't know if you remember this one, but I really like the brass armor, and it could be maybe interesting to combine this design maybe to this over shoulder perspective. Could be interesting. What do you think? Yeah, exactly. I have a YouTube video for that one as well. True. Yeah, exactly. 2 parts. That was also made on stream? I'm not sure. Maybe. I think so. And it's done in Procreate, which was also really fun. Quickly check the size of this image. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I also feel like this could be the whole armor thing could be a thing, an interesting point, which is a bit more unique and isn't something you have seen a lot of times in dragons. Yeah, it could be cool. It's basically already the right perspective for the head, actually. Maybe we can use it as a base and paint over or something. Right now it's Photoshop, yeah. I just felt like it's easier for me to set it up, and Procreate with the mirroring of the screen is always a bit tricky. I mean, it works, but I haven't done it for quite some time now, and I didn't have the headspace to try it out. I mean, we can do a few sketches, a few tests, and then we can see which one I like more. I usually go with the sketch and quickly use the lasso tool to isolate the drawing, and then I will put in some really rough values so we can quickly see if it works or not. Here we go. I mean, the dragon was something that was requested on social media for a long time now, so I'm really happy we can finally paint this one, make you all happy. Doesn't really matter that it's precise or something. We can always adjust the shapes afterwards. And then just copy it The dragons for Ultimate Guard or for Ultra Pro? Not Ultra Pro. Dragon Shield. Yeah, these were fun as well. These were really cool. The VOD will be available after the stream ended, yes. I plan to put it on my Patreon for the patrons right away, so they can check it out tomorrow, I guess. And for everybody else, I think I will put it on YouTube or something next week. Okay. So next step is, after we have the drawing isolated, I do a quick levels adjustment layer, and just pulling this into a dark silhouette. So it's already, I think it already works. Yeah, it will be available. I figured out that Friday night might be a bit not the best time for streaming. A lot of people are whatever going out or have other plans. I guess next time I will choose another date. How long do you think you will be streaming? I'm thinking about 3-4 hours, something like that. So that we can basically, have a nice status we can work with, and everybody, we can see where it's going, and maybe we will already have a semi-final version of it. Oh yeah, true, it's Valentine's Day. Okay, yeah. Ha. Worst idea ever to stream on that specific date, but whatever. I'm glad you all are here and enjoying the evening with me together. Okay, my brush is a bit laggy. Let's see if we need to rescale the canvas a bit, because right now it's the height I think is 8K. So this might be hard for the computer to handle with the stream and everything. Yeah, how many folks from Europe are here? Raise your hands. It's interesting to see. Yeah, same for me. That day is not really special for me either. Yeah, this is already cool. I like this already. Yeah. Let's see how it looks on the card. Hey guys, it's great to see so many new people here. Save this real quick. Oh, okay. So it's work time actually. If you're studying, it's like a lesson. Yeah, why not? Oh yeah, I can imagine. For some reason, I really like to watch creative streams, just sitting there and having a nice drink and just watch. I don't know why it is, but it's somehow really relaxing for me. So I hope you have the same feeling. Fellow Bavarians. Okay. I prepared this small mock-up here on the side, so we can put in the new design every time we have an updated version. Let's try this out for the first time this evening. Where do we have it? That one? By the way, I have no music on because I felt like this makes a lot of problems afterwards with the VOD. Sometimes there are bits and pieces cut out because of copyright and stuff. So, and since I have no idea at all about how to manage all the sound layers and everything, so I decided you guys can put on your own music and I have something playing in the background. So let's replace the content of this piece. And save. And then we should probably see it updated in the stream, hopefully. So, PNG. There we go. I think this is a nice touch, so people can check out how the thing looks like on the card. We all see it in small size, so if we going to zoom in afterwards when we doing detailing work, we don't lose the overall image. Hi, I'm insanely happy to see you here doing your art. I really love your way of composing, sorry. Your art and is really influencing me. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Yeah, it's great to stream again. It's, to be honest, it's always a bit of a how's it called? I don't know the English word. It's hard to start, but in general, it's always fun. If you are doing it, it's always great. So you got up that early just because of the stream, okay? That's great. To be honest, I would like to get up early, more early than I usually do. So I really know what you mean, and I'm glad my stream is a motivation for you. Oh my god, this is going fast. Sorry if I don't see a lot of your comments there. So nice. Thank you guys. Motivation, yeah, maybe. Motivation, no, not motivation, because I'm motivated to do it, but it's the edge of sitting there and actually starting the stream. To go over this edge is, I don't know. Night owl or early bird? Definitely night owl. I would love to be an early bird because I like to be up early, but I never manage. I'm too weak in the morning. My mind is not up for the task. I can have the most noble intentions in the evening to get up early, and then in the mornings everything is forgotten. I wanna get a copy of all the magic cards I've did. Okay, yeah, that is with the new serialized card is pretty hard. It's actually a bummer. I didn't realize that fact actually when they asked me to do this serialized card, which I was aware of. I didn't think about the fact that people will have a hard time getting full collection then. Do you have any news about the book? Unfortunately, I'm also waiting for updates right now. I guess it's with the printer and everything, so I think it's a matter of days or weeks. I have no idea, unfortunately, right now. But I think I will get an update pretty soon, and I hope I can update you guys as well as soon as possible. 8 or 9 a.m. earliest. Yeah, same for me. This is pretty much the earliest I can get. Or super early, like 5 or 4 p.m. a.m. This is somehow easier. So there was a question, I guess. Somewhere up there. Question, do you sometimes have moments while working on the piece where the project starts to feel stale or worse? You want to throw it out of the window. What's your approach on these situations? Yeah, definitely. These occur from time to time, and there are just two things you can do, I guess. If you have a vision in mind and you think it's worth hunting down that vision, and you feel like you just have to stick with it until the whole process will unfold, and you will see your vision at some point, and you trust the process basically and keep going. This is one approach, but I think it's only worth if you already have the vision, basically the image already built in your head. Or if you don't have this specific image in your head, I would probably go with throw it away for now at least, and rethink what's maybe a better idea. If you don't feel it, it might be hard to get the best out of it, at least for me. I need to have fun with the piece, otherwise it's really hard. Thank you guys. Do you make your own brushes, or do you have artists you have brush sets you like? I don't have any specific brushes created on my own. I only use brushes from other people. So I don't have a brush set for sale, because obviously I can't sell the work of other people. But I used the brush set of Shady Safadi in the past, Aaron Griffin, or Greg Rutkowski. But I also have custom brushes from friends, and so over the years I have a quite big collection of brushes now, which is not really one set, and there are, I guess, 20 brushes in there, and I use maybe 5 of them frequently. So, okay, this is one idea for now. You can try to see if the other idea with the back shot of the dragon here, of the over shoulder, could be also worth doing. So let's quickly get this one isolated as well. Okay, same procedure. Oops. Wrong layer. Zac. Get this one there. Yeah, this could be also cool. I already see it. You missed the art book. That's no problem. Not a problem. You can still go to the Kickstarter and pre-order it right with the publisher. There should be a link, and you just can check out their online store, and you should be able to at least pre-order it. You will not have the specific Kickstarter goodies, but the book is available. So I think we will do the same thing. We pull out the same layers here and put it over here, background, underneath. Why is it the window rescaled it for some reason? No, it's back there. Okay. One dumb question before I leave. Is Bob Ross legit? I don't know. Is he? Probably. It's really laggy. I think I need to rescale the image. Otherwise, it will be a pain in the ass to paint smoothly. It's a shame. Maybe 75%. So we still have 4K width and 6K length and height. Let's rescale it and let's see. Alright, now it's a bit, is it? Yeah, it's a bit better. Where's my color tab? Here, okay. And now we could add a nice stylized fire beam here, like star shaped. I have no idea. I have no idea about Bob Ross. I never even watched him. So we could have a nice highlight from the shiny metal here in the head area and still play with the very striking silhouette of this dragon. He's basically leaning back into his flight. What did you do with the grungy black background and the silhouette? It was interesting. Oh damn. Yeah, a lot of people are sick at the moment, I guess. Hopefully you can use the time, get some paintings done, maybe show it to them when they're back. So which one do you like more at the moment? We have two quite strong contenders, I would say. First one. Yeah, maybe. The second one, I mean, we can tweak the composition. It's more about the overall energy, I would say. The first one is more non-aggressive sitting there and having a nice time, or waiting for its prey. And this one is full on fighting. First one. Okay. You guys like the first one more? I like the fire beam. Yeah, the fire beam would be weird to get into the first one, because yeah, I mean we can add another color, like the yellowish thing. We can have some smoke coming out of his mouth or something. Second one for the win. Yeah. Second one is a very generic dragon pose, but it's super fun. In my idea, the second one is like, I'm not sure if everybody was here when I explained it, but the idea is that it's basically an over-shoulder perspective from the dragon, and we have the muscles of the back sitting here and the wings going up like this. So we will probably have some colors here to make it a bit, to add more depth to it. So let's see, we can have a look at the other one again and try to see if we can somehow make sure it also has some kind of yellow or secondary color. I imagine it could be interesting to have maybe some smoke. Coming out of the mouth or nostrils or anything, and then I like this long shaped, this narrow shaped head design. So somehow a bit more unique, I guess. A lot of dragons have those spiky red dragon generic design. Yeah, I think both would be really fun to paint. You can do a lot of fun stuff with the smoke lines. This could be some really interesting shape language. Which one could be more fun to paint? It's really hard to say, because both have specific things I really like. I like the weird shape of this dragon, and it sits there, and it's really easy and clean. Like the silhouette is isolated and easy to see, and it's not cut off at the sides. And the other one has more action, which is also really cool. Maybe some rocks up down here. We need some kind of dark element down here, so the text which is sitting there will be easy to read. But we don't really have to put this dragon in a real environment, like it doesn't have to sit on actual rocks. It also can be a more stylized depiction of a dragon. Oh yeah, the Witch King, the fell beast of the Witch King, yeah. True. Looks quite similar actually. No reference then. Good point actually. At the moment I don't have a reference. I just feel like sticking to my drawing and keeping in mind that I want this brass armor on it at some point. I don't want to get distracted too much by additional reference right now, but probably at some point we need a bit for the anatomy of the of how the wings connect to the body and stuff. I really like your art and it's been inspired by you a lot recently. Thank you so much. Yeah, the smoke is a good upgrade. It makes it really like looming there and sitting there waiting. Like, look at this face. Ha. Yeah, I feel like this one is a bit stronger. The good thing is we can also paint the other one afterwards and have two dragon tokens. We don't have to decide which one lives and which one dies. Hardy Fowler, okay. I can check. It's probably, if it's very popular, then I will probably already know it because there are so many dragon paintings. Good ones. Fowler. Hardy Fowler. Okay. Oh yeah, maybe. Does he also draw a lot of these long heads or anything. Oh yeah. So looks a bit similar. Yeah, interesting. What kind of animal is a good reference? I mean, first thing is like lizards and dinosaurs and anything, but also birds, I would say, is a good idea. Birds, or even like lions and stuff, because a lot of dragon designs have these four-legged creatures with wings, and especially if dragons are in the air and flying and turning around and everything, and you see them from below, for example, then you see a lot of those like lionesque anatomy. At least that's what I think about when I see this. Dogs, maybe, yeah. Okay, guys, let's go with this one. One last look at the other one. The other one is quite striking. I cannot decide. Because of the open mouth is always like going really hard. We have to decide at one point. I mean, in the end, it's nice to have different designs for the tokens, right? So you can have double-sided token. Yeah. Maybe. At the moment they are black on the background, on the back, so is there something you fear having to paint? Fear is too strong, I would say. But there's stuff I like more and stuff I like less. I don't like if I have to paint a lot of specific face details, for example, or very correct anatomy. It's fun to over exaggerate and make things weird and more like in a cartoon or something, like very over emphasized on whatever the creature or element is doing. It can also be a car, for example. Yeah, so if someone wants something that's super realistic, I don't really think I'm the best for the task, because I don't have the patience, I guess. Oh, it's a 5/5, you're right. Still the 4/4 from the angel. We need to change that. Yeah. True. Tapped and attacking, tapped and defending, yeah. Hey, welcome to the stream. Okay, yeah, we can also do a 4/4 dragon. Is there 4/4? Are they not only 5/5s? I mean, there's a token for everything, I guess, but the 5/5 is definitely more common. I just like that these star-shaped fire so much. This is what I really like about this. If we wouldn't have this fire beam here, I would be 100% going with this one. The only thing that keeps me going back to this one is that fire. Ah, okay. Yep, a bit like that, yeah. Godzilla vibes. Let's try something with some shapes cutting through the image. I always like to do very graphic shapes for the composition. That helps with the readability. Or sometimes not, but yeah, makes it interesting. That would be cool. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's put this on the token real quick and see how it works. Just need a few elements down here to make it a bit darker, so the text can really... Nice, yeah, hopefully the stream will be stable. Now, I have no idea what's going on. Maybe some disconnect. Okay. Yeah, this looks already really interesting. Can do a final test for the other one, if we can somehow maybe do something similar to that one. Yeah, it's always great to work on the rare cards, but at the same time it's hard to get them afterwards then. But feels good, of course. Being trusted with the treasures of the set. Always nice. Yeah, the dragon engines on Mishra's command were really fun to paint, yeah. They don't really... They have specific prices for the cards. And the rarity is not really doing anything with the price, but the frame is. So if it's a borderless frame, it's most of the time it's better paid. And if it's serialized, it's also a higher commission, because unfortunately there are no artist proofs of serialized cards. So as a compensation, you get a bit more money upfront. Do you like doing cards more or illustration key art? That's hard to say actually, because I like both a lot. Maybe slightly bit on the card side actually, because people can use that artwork afterwards, and it's not only for marketing. It's great to see your art on the package for maybe a specific product, or a book cover or anything. But to see people coming with a card they love to the booth and saying they won this and that game with that card or anything, or they just build a deck around that specific card because they liked it so much. This is just awesome. So I like that a bit more. And as a player myself, it's always great to play with your own cards. Hey, this is not getting easier. Favorite format? Draft, I think. Sealed. I like the deck building process being integrated into the actual game. Yeah. Constructed is always nice, but I tend to be too unmotivated to go through all the cards, which there are, and I'm too lazy to know everything. So I usually end up building some fun decks, like decks that not really doing anything but are fun to play or doing fun weird stuff, but they usually don't win. Whew. Favorite other artist? This is impossible to nail down to one person, but what I love a lot right now is like very stylized stuff, like modern art. I like surrealism a lot and cubism, so I really like Klimt, Richter, or Leindecker at the moment. People, what do we do here? How could we ever decide if I continue painting both? In the end, we have both finished. Yeah, Klimt is super interesting because of all the small details, shapes, abstract patterns combined with rendered stuff, actual people. This is really cool. Oh yeah, if Vienna and Klimt museum and everything, and the murals he painted in several of the official buildings. Oh yeah, this is something it's definitely on the bucket list. Yes, exactly. You can sign up during February to get this Dragon token, and I will announce the next token for March in late February, and so you know what's coming and if you need the next token as well, and then you can adjust the tier. But as long as you pledge during February, you get the dragon, and you can do that until the end. Yeah, you're welcome. Usually it's easier for me to decide which sketch I wanted to do. But this one is hard. Don't gonna lie. Do you really meant Unterwasser or Hundertwasser? Because I have no idea what a Unterwasser museum means. Guess that's auto correction problem here, I guess. Autocorrect, yeah, I guess so. No worries. I think since we already got quite far with both of them actually, I will continue working on both of them for this session now, and we'll decide probably afterwards which one I will finish. Maybe even do like a poll on social media so people can participate and decide. But at this point, I guess I will finish both of them actually. The question is which one will be the token for next month. Or this month, sorry, February. You can have one of them as a backlog, so putting that one in maybe for times when I maybe be on vacation or anything and people and I don't have time for doing a new one. I don't plan with this scenario, but if it happens, we still have this token in the backlog. Let's see. They both work well, that's for sure. Two tokens for 1 month is I don't think that's a good idea, because I need to see how I would divide that then into the different tiers or anything. That makes it too complicated. Oh, this is an interesting question. Do artists really go on vacation, as in you go for a week or two without being creative? Probably not. But going on vacation in terms of going away from assignments and client work, definitely. I usually do it on Christmas. I always make sure I have 2 weeks around Christmas where I do nothing. Just video games, family time, And yeah, if I feel like it's some drawings, but not for work. What games do I play? I recently started with Path of Exile 2. I loved the first one, and I signed up for the second game, which is in early access right now, which is insane what they offer for an early access game, but it's really cool. I like it a lot. I actually thought about streaming it because I don't know, just like the idea of doing a game stream with Path of Exile. Would you guys watch a game stream? Path of Exile gaming stream with me doing it? Yeah, it's good to know. Spreadsheets, the video game. There's some truth to that. That's for sure. You can do a lot of thinking, a lot of planning into your character, and if you really want to do it well and be successful in the end game, you probably need to do that. But if you don't have the energy for that, you can also check out pre-made builds and go with those. Or as I do, I just do what I feel like it's fun, even if it's a messed up build in the end. I like to come up with the ideas myself, even if it's not a good build. Hey, welcome back. Oh, what I like to stream is Gothic Part 1. I'm not sure if you guys know that one, but this is one of my favorite video games from my childhood, and it's so pure nostalgia. And I talked to a few other creators which already also know that game and love it. There might be something coming Gothic related. Not the remake, the classic old pixel blocky 2001 version. It needs to be the old one. I did the very, very first playable version of the remake. I played it and put some feedback down for the guys, and I was surprised because I was really skeptical about that one. But I was surprised what they did. It's actually, it really feels like Gothic. Let's see if the whole game can keep that vibe over the long term. But this first teaser was really fun and Gothic-like. Yeah, the thing is, Gothic is, yeah, I think it's a German niche product. At least it's from a smaller German publisher, developer, and they got some international attention, but I think most of the audience was like German or at least Central European, I guess. But I have no idea. Could be wrong. I mean, small is also probably not the right term. It's not like an indie publisher or anything. After they made Gothic, they made Gothic Part 2, Gothic Part 3, and Risen Part 1, 2, and 3. And so they have a few games. It's definitely very, very reduced, well, style-wise. You will probably not get into that game if you have never played it before and now have to, yeah, play it. But if you played it back then, it doesn't matter. It's just so much good memories, and therefore it has to look exactly like this. Fire painting tips. Yes, I think the most important thing is contrast, and starting with like a yellowish, brighter color, and add a few like really like whitish core into it, so it really burns, like have a nice glow, and then adding some complementary contrast to it is also very helpful, like maybe a green sky or anything that goes well with like the warm colors from the fire, so it pops again more. And in the end, the shapes are also very important, so give them a like interesting flow, spiky shapes, like pointy elements, and some embers flying around, like I'm actually thought about doing a painting tutorial about fire, because I feel like fire is one of the most easiest thing to paint, at least in digital. You can have a nice looking fire in a few steps. That would be maybe interesting. Right now, for example, I'm trying to find a nice shape for the dragon in general, like the whole creature, and I don't think about anatomy or anything. I just think about shapes and the flow of the shapes. And I feel like this is always more important than realistic or realism in general, obviously, for this approach. This could be wrong for other approaches. Yeah, it's good to know. If you have stuff like this which could be helpful, feel free to suggest it in the comments or in social media in general, because I'm always thinking about what could be interesting to put out there. And if you guys feel like fire tutorial is something that is, yeah, something you would like to see, yeah, I can see me doing a fire tutorial. Or metal, painting metal, shiny armor pieces would be also fun. Background shapes are always as important as the shapes of your character or focal point piece, I would say. If those not work together well, the whole piece falls apart. In this case, I feel like these the yellow background shapes, they somehow need to work with the dragon here, which they already do to a certain degree, but this needs to be improved. Live painting, you mean from life, like plein air or figure drawing? I did that in university, and from time to time I do some plein air, yeah, but it's very scarce. I usually prefer painting in the studio. I love painting outside, but I rarely do it. You definitely learn a lot about colors and light and how stuff works in nature. But for me, I don't really feel like that helps me so much with my own work, because usually I don't paint stuff like it is in nature, so depends a bit on what you're doing. I mean, it helps for sure, but there might be stuff that is helping you even more, in my case. That's true, yeah. Realistic fire painting could be hard to find references for. Okay, let's go back to the other one for now. I like painting cloth, but I like to stylize it into some, like, straight lines and falls here and there, yes, but more like stylized version of it, which basically goes for everything. I like to paint a lot of stuff and like to simplify it. Hey Malone, welcome to the stream. Soup. Okay, I just updated the preview. So we have both side by side. Yeah, it's going good, going well. You can check out both versions we are working on right now, because we didn't really manage to decide which version we liked more. So we ended up painting both, actually. we can do another, like, yeah, the Batman was great. It was super fun to paint. It's actually an older piece of mine. I felt like it's time. It was time again to put that onto people's radar again. Actually, I don't think I will do multiple arts for this token, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think so actually, but there might be a second dragon token at a certain point in the future. So let's say the first one, like number 1, is the piece in the corner right now, and second is the piece I have here painting on right now. Put in the number you like more. We need a status report. What do you guys like? Okay, second, first, more. We need more opinions here. Second, first, okay, 2 first ones. First. Okay. Second. Yeah, that Starfire is just the whole selling point of this piece actually. The dragon is just secondary. This fire shape is what sells the piece. The second piece is the one on the right, yeah, exactly. Left is number 1, right is number 2. You can check out the text. It's basically just the name, the dragon, and then we have a small word like flying beneath it, and then the, in this case, 4-4, and that's it. There will be no more text. Jeez, why is this Photoshop window always jumping around? What's going on? This is super annoying. Stay where you are. Yeah, it's I wanted to have the rules, in this case flying, not as visible. People can read it if they really need to, but it doesn't stand out. quick question before I go. Are your commissions open for video game promotional art? Unfortunately, no. At the moment, I'm not open for commissions too, unfortunately. So much already in the pipeline. I need to keep myself from accepting new work at the moment, which is hard. I'm easily hyped for new stuff, but at the moment I need to say no. But it's always worth asking, so thanks for asking. I mean, it's always good to know people are interested, and maybe in the future we will have the opportunity again. Yes, a lot of Wizards of the Coast, a lot of traditional painting, a lot of book covers on the horizon. Exciting stuff. And yeah, I want to finish more of that work in oils, and in order to do so, I need to keep my time quite free. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I plan to do it at least once a month, because this is the idea for the whole token program, that we choose one token for the month and then paint it together here on stream. As it seems, we didn't finish this one in one go, so maybe there's another one next week. I will see. Yeah. Probably not on Fridays, though. Yeah. Have a good night. Cheers. Pooh. Yeah, I have done, I think, around 150 cards now for Magic. Not all of them are released yet. And there are so many different ones, so specific pieces stand out, but I cannot say this is my favorite or anything. What I always like to remember is the time when I painted the triumphs for New Capenna, the lands, the triple lands, which were super fun. These are special, of course. What I also really like is the upright one, which was mentioned earlier here, because it was one of the first ones. Mana Crypt, of course. Mana Crypt is also special because it's such an iconic card. Morog, Fury of Akum, I would say also stands out because it was the first one. yeah, I think I would go for those picks. Ah, perfect. Then you already have it. Yeah, the abrade is just... With the abrade, what I like about this one was that they asked me to paint an eagle, which is ripping away a mask from a vampire soldier. And I started with sketches which were quite literal. So seeing the eagle, seeing the face ripped away. And I felt like this is too obvious and too literal. So I decided to go with this approach, that the mask or the ripping effect in general is what the whole thing is about. So I focused on that. So put in the face on the one side and the mask on the other side, and do a lot of shards and debris for the action. And if you take a close look in the background, you still have the eagle and the vampire soldier there, but it's red in the background, so it's not standing out, but it's there. And I think this is a really cool story to tell and fun thing to discover. Not sure if you saw the eagle in the background already. If not, you can check it out. Perfect. Oh yeah, that one was also super fun. Shock for the mystical archive. The mystical archive in general, I mean, that was pure joy painting those. So at the moment, for this design here, for this dragon, I feel like these spiky brass metal pieces sit on the like scales on his body, and on the back here, on the shoulders, we have like shoulder pads made out of those spiky ones. Be an interesting design feature. Ah, damn it. Yep. Initially, I assumed that the mask is the artifact being destroyed and the eagle was the one dealing 3 damage. Actually, that's a completely valid way of seeing this. Oh, Gigs Command was also super fun to paint. All the Giger alien references which went in there, combined with the Phyrexian lore about the planet and the backstory of Gigs. Super fun. What does F2P mean? I don't understand that word, I guess. Magic Arena. Oh, thank you. Whew, that means a lot. I'm really glad my art yeah, was there for you with some good energy. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, that really means a lot. Oh, free to play, okay. Oh yeah, of course. Oh wow. Hearing stories like this is always super moving. Thanks. Thanks so much. Could actually add a dragon rider up here, sitting there. Then we fully have the Witch King vibe going on. Would be also nice. Um, yeah, I do watch anime from time to time. Anime. I recently finished Full Metal Alchemist, which was amazing. So yeah, stuff like this is definitely on my watch list. So from time to time. Yeah, it's crazy good. The whole story, the how alchemy and everything is portrayed there, and super fun, super cool. Arcane, yeah, Arcane was also amazing. Yeah, I didn't watch the second, the part 2 by now, because I want to wait until I get my projector and watch it on the big screen. But yeah, that is definitely also on the watch list for the upcoming months. Oh, okay. So it's about the game, right? It's based on the game, I guess. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a lot of art books and books about the art for projects sitting here in the studio as well. Love going through those from time to time. Having actual books sitting in the shelf ready to grab and being inspired by is something else. So cool. Worth having, for sure. Quick question, do you know if you are attending the Playgrounds event in Berlin this May? I guess I will. Not sure if I'm doing any like a talk or anything there, but I talked to people last week about stuff we are trying to set up in that time, so people can go to the Playgrounds and maybe attend the other thing we are planning as well. And if I'm in Berlin at this time, I for sure will check it out as well. It was always fun the last couple of years, so looking forward to being there again, if possible. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Let's get rid of that rider here again. It's a bit too much. Layers in the painting. Do you mean actual layers for the painting? Not that many. I usually work quite destructive in these stages, and if I really need to separate the dragon, for example, with the back from the background, I will probably just cut it out and replace the background, because I really hate layer organization. I mean, it's great if it's set up properly and it's really clean and everything. It's definitely awesome, but it doesn't help with the flow. So I usually go with one layer, and then if I need to, for example, have this circle element here, I add another layer to have this specific shape always there to access. So there's sitting a layer with that specific shape ready for me to pick, but otherwise I'm painting on the same layer all the time. Yeah, you can do a lot of mistakes because you just don't think about organization and yeah, the layering in general. And then it goes it comes into the way of good ideas, I feel. Sometimes it's helpful, of course. In the beginning, for example, when I isolate the drawing and put in the first colors, it's good to have this specific element like the dragon on one layer, so you can put a few different background colors and play around with that. But as soon as you know what you want, I feel like it's more hindering than helping. But of course, for client work, there are a lot of moments when you need the layers, and because they want to push things around a bit, maybe for the game or whatever the illustration is for, and therefore you need to separate the layers. But I usually go with painting it, and then if people need layers, I will separate the piece afterwards, because I want the flow for the painting. It's a bit more work afterwards, but most of the time it's worth it, I feel. Obviously, if you paint a piece with a lot of layers and you need to keep them, and you know from the beginning that you need the layers, then yeah, it's probably a good idea to set it up and keep it. Yeah. Some people say we need this and this and this, and it all needs to be on a separate layer. You cannot really argue with that. So if people need it, you need to deliver, of course. And there's not really a way around it. Quick restroom break. So, welcome back. Hey there. Hey, it's really nice to hear that my process is helping you loosening up a bit. It's really cool. Yeah. It's always good to know that there is no right or wrong way. You can do whatever feels good. And for me, definitely rendering a lot of details is definitely not something I want to do. I want to have a piece that looks detailed, but I don't want to spend hours and hours for specific small elements in the piece. So yeah, it's really cool to hear that it helped you. Thanks for sharing. feel like we lost a bit of the energy here after rendering for a few hours now. I need to figure out what we need to keep and what we need to add. Love your art, especially the MGT cards. Thank you so much. Saving up to possibly grab a proof or two with sketches. Oh, thank you. I'm building a full artist tribal commander deck. With your arts. Okay, this is cool. I need the basic lands so people can build the decks with all the art. At the moment, the basic lands are the most limiting factor. I was actually thinking about doing basic land tokens. That could be something. Maybe in March. We have a mountain token. Probably Tatsri. I guess I need to adjust the tiers for Patreon then. At the moment you can get 2, 5 or 10 tokens, but I think everybody needs a bit more than 10 basic lands. So, maybe I do a special basic land tier. Yeah. Interesting ideas. So the basic land tier is 100 tokens. Yeah, okay. My printer will die, probably. Aragon, yeah, okay. But, okay, you need to... Yeah. There's a lot of black spells, actually. The commander is much better, yeah, I agree. Yep. I mean, if that's possible, I guess. Having different people signing up for Patreon and teaming up, so you get more. If there would be a way to get it more easily available on Patreon to like people could actually choose their own amount they need, that could be cool, but then it would be actually some kind of a shop. So not really the same. I feel like it's definitely more challenging for me to create landscapes. I've done it a few times, but creatures and characters are definitely more my strong suit. That's probably the reason why they always give me spells and stuff and not really lands. But I would definitely enjoy doing a few of them. They would have a spin to it, I guess, again, like an abstract version, probably. I would not go for realistically painted landscapes, probably. I have the geometric shape on a separate layer, so I can access the pixels, but I paint on one layer all on top of everything. So the geometric shapes are usually sitting beneath everything, and I can click there when I need them. More lands for Dominic? Okay. Yeah, why not? That would be cool. Oh, Twitch has frozen? Okay. Oh. More lands. But with a K, please. Dominic with a K. What, that they giving the lands to someone else? So, my explanation about the geometric shapes, did you guys hear it? Or was it still in the frozen time? Perfect. Thanks for the edit. More lands. I was just saying about the geometric shapes that they were sitting. I have them on a separate layer, but I don't paint on that separate layer. I use the layer as a backdrop or fallback on in the layer stack. It's sitting in beneath, and I can always access those pixels, but I don't separate them in the area where I paint. So I have one painting layer or a few painting layers, and then I have more like structure layers beneath, which are not really visible. Yes, I can actually. Let me quickly show you. Screenshot. Okay. So, here we go. We have, let's put it in blue. This is basically the background. And we have the base shape for the character, or for the dragon. And these are the basic things I set up first, and after I have this, I played around a bit with the colors and everything. I start painting over without caring about the paint, the layers anymore. So these are paint layers, and sometimes I feel like I need to add an element which I'm not sure of, like maybe a different shape of something, and like the wings, for example, and I want to test it out, and so I add a new one and paint, and until I get a new element like this, where I feel like I need to be safe and add a new layer to test it out. But these green layers here, they can be merged now because they cannot really be separated. I have a few pixels here, a few pixels here, and a few pixels here. If you toggle one of those off, it will destroy the whole piece. So these four here are also paint layers. They could also be merged by now. And so I usually paint, add layers, paint, add layers, paint, and then at certain points I merge everything down, because these layers are not really doing anything. And these three layers here in the middle, these are the geometric shapes which I can access, like this. 16 here, for example, is the circle. Yep. That's it. Favorite arts for Magic. We discussed this earlier today already. It's a bit hard to say because there are so many different sets, and I usually try to paint something that is working with the set, and that is hard to compare. So if I need to compare New Capenna, for example, with New Phyrexia or something, or the Mystical Archive, it's not really possible, I would say. They are on a completely different level from a visual point of view. So I would say I have a few favorites, all-time favorites, but they are not really, one is better than the other or whatever. So from this selection I have the Triumphs from New Capenna, the Tri-Lands, I have Upbraid from Crimson Vow, and I have like Morag, Fury of Akum, because it's the first one. I have the commands in Brothers War were also very special because they were like a cycle. And cycles are always fun to do because you can reference things from one card to another, and you can build up a whole thing that works well together as a series. This is also something that I like a lot. The Lord of the Rings pieces were nice. Yeah. Something like that. A lot of first-time visitors here on stream today, which is really cool. Welcome everybody who is new. I mean, I haven't streamed for quite some time now, so it's almost a revival. Yeah, I did the whole cycle for the commands in Brothers War. And I did the whole cycle for the Triumphs, the 3-color lands in New Capenna. Oh, Hopeless Nightmares. Yeah, this was also nice. Maybe my favorite is the Night Token, actually. From Wilds of Eldraine. Stuff like Mana Crypt obviously is also always high up there because it's such a iconic card. Curse of Hospitality, also nice. Yeah, like it as well. I cannot really share like word by word. I mean, I can share, but I need to ask first. But I can explain how it basically looks like. It's usually you get a working title, so the name of the card, which can change, and then you get the frame, so you know if it's a borderless frame or is it a normal frame, which color of the frame, and you get the color of the spell, and you get the type of the spell, like if it's a creature, for example, or enchantment or anything. And then you get a few lines of text, like not much, 3 lines of text, and a mood description, like should it be scary or should it be fun or whatever. And yeah, in those few lines of text they describe what they would like to see. But what's good about Magic, or the art direction with for Magic, is that those awesome people there, they are quite open for new ideas. So even if they suggested something and I feel like I want to do something different, they are usually quite open and let me basically do what I want. Obviously, it's always a team effort, and if people need something specific on the card, I need to put it on there, because yeah, they put a lot of thought in there. Like a working title for a made up card, you mean? Cut down is one of my favorites. Okay, yeah, cut down is also high up there, because it's such a valuable card. Like, people play that card. It's not valuable from money wise, but it's very playable. And being playable means being important for an artist, because then you get a lot of people requesting signatures or artist proofs, and the value of the painting itself, if you made it in oils, for example, is also higher if the card is playable. So in that regard, cut down is very, very good card. Yeah, that's unfortunately NDA, since the set is not released yet. I cannot really talk about that one. Sorry. I need to figure out what I want to do with this lower section here. Whew, there's so many cool art for Magic. At the moment I like all the traditional guys a lot because I'm trying to get more and more into traditional art as well, like Ryan Pencoast, for example, Victor Adame, people like this. But there are so many people I really like, and right now I probably forget about all the names, but yeah, it's hard to say. The thing is, we cannot really put any real detail down there because we will have the word like sit here. It's more like, what can we do that the background is not distracting too much, or is not distracting too much for the readability of the word itself. Maybe. So this is why I add these black shapes here, because I feel like we need those for the text to be readable. Let's do a quick save. Oh, thank you. The Omniscience was also a fun one, yeah. Yeah, I guess I will now give this version another try on the card mockup. But I think this is a good spot to call it a day today, I guess. I mean, we basically have 2 tokens now. I didn't expect that one, but thank you. Thanks for being here. Have a good night or a good weekend. Not sure where you are. So, dragon. Place. And replace content. PNG. So okay, now we should see the updated version in a second. Thank you so much. Means a lot that you guys like this. I mean, it's super fun. It's actually very liberating to talk and share while painting. So really cool. I would pay extra to get both. Okay, I will keep in mind. Maybe we can do something. Just pre-order the art book. Thank you. Thanks. Was drawing while watching, so thank you for streaming. Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's hard to fit into the daily schedule, I guess, streaming, but every time I do it, I enjoy it a lot, so I will probably do it more often. That's I say it every time I end a stream, but yeah. Maybe with these tokens now, I have a good reason to get back into a more steady routine for this. Path of Excellence stream when? Yeah. Let's see. Maybe next week. I don't know. So, beginning of the week, painting stream, and end of week, gaming stream. Yeah, I guess I would have decided earlier if it wasn't part of the stream to discuss this, but I'm happy that we pushed those two designs a bit more, and now there are basically two of them, so that's not a loss. Thanks, guys. More streams for Dominic with a K. Oh man, nice. Okay, guys, it was a pleasure. Let's call it a day for today. I will be back next week. Illustrator to streamer pipeline. Let's go. Let's fucking go. All right. Have a good night. Have a good time. Good weekend. See you next week. Thank you so much for the stream.